What's going on, guys? It's Jev. And before we start, I don't want anybody talking and asking about why I have so much dandruff on my shirt. It's not dandruff. It's like, it's meant to be this way, okay? They're little spots. I've seen too many people talking shit and saying that I got dandruff on my shirt. You really think I wouldn't brush this off? I mean, I'm not saying I don't get dandruff. I'm human. But all this? No, it's not dandruff. All right, so it's been a while since I uploaded Call of Duty World War II. I would have said Call of Duty, but it's mainly just World War II. That's just been getting uploaded less and less. But you may have heard of this already, or maybe not. Wouldn't be surprised if you haven't heard of it at all, as so many people have just tuned out of the game. First of all, there was a little while ago where the chrome camo ended up getting updated. It's got like this strange, I guess, alcohol stain on it. I mean, it definitely makes the camo look better, but definitely not worth the amount of time that I spent for it. So on Tuesday, there's going to be the DLC too, and I have the season pass, so I'm already going to be getting the maps, and I'm going to check them out and everything. Some of them actually look pretty good. I think there's one called Egypt that actually looks like really good, so we'll see. Who knows, maybe I'll be surprised by another map, I don't know. But now at this point, I wouldn't have even really cared if the new maps were coming out until we got this update. So Sledgehammer announced that they're going to be having a massive, and I mean a massive update to World War II. It completely overhauled the divisions and obviously made quite a few other changes. This is the biggest patch that Call of Duty has ever gotten during its life cycle. This update is gonna completely change this game. Now, is it going to bring a lot of people back? Maybe at first. Is it gonna keep people, and are they gonna stay? I'm not entirely sure. That's why for myself, I can't guarantee that I'm gonna be staying playing the game the rest of the year just because of this update, but there are definitely a lot of really good quality of life changes, so there's gonna be a whole list. I'm gonna have to link the article that Charlie Intel posted or Sledgehammer posted themselves, so you guys will be able to read over it yourselves. But I'm gonna have it up right here because it's so much. Usually I just skim through this kind of shit because I'm not much of a news guy. I'll talk about news, but I'm not too detailed. Okay, obviously they have completely changed around all of the divisions and what they already have. I'm not entirely sure of what all of the infantry things had. They all have a new fourth ability or something. Some of them are changed more than others. I think infantry really wasn't changed that much. After this update to armored, if they're gonna go through with this, it's definitely gonna be #1. That thing is incredibly strong. So I used mountain on a normal basis, so this won't be too much of a difference, but for the armored division, you obviously get like flakjack, where you take less explosive damage and less fire damage. Before, that was 65% effectiveness, now it's 80%. That part of your perk is now stronger. You're immune to shell shock and tactical equipment. You get FMJ, increased bullet penetration. Now they took the prime basic training and put it into armor. Now, one of the biggest reasons why people wouldn't run other divisions while being snipers is that you can't hold your breath. So now it's going to be reverted back to like basically what it was with old Call of Duty. You could just hold your breath because you have a sniper rifle. It does not matter what division you have. You can have airborne, you can have mountain, you can have armored, you can have infantry, you can have resistance. You can now hold your breath. They also significantly increased the amount of time where you can hold your breath now. It went from currently it's 4 seconds all the way up to now 10 seconds. So you can sit here and just hold your breath this whole time for 10 seconds. Instead of 4 and your character freaking out, 10 whole seconds you can hold your breath now, which helps all snipers. But they said that they want to do this because they want to encourage the, quote, and this is what they said, proper way of sniping. They want to encourage people to hold their breath longer, which, I mean, honestly, this kind of should have been a thing in Call of Duty for years, in my opinion. As a trained soldier, shit, even a normal human being who can't hold their breath longer than 4 seconds. I'm one of the most couch potato people that I know, and I can hold my breath longer than that. And if I couldn't hold my breath for more than 4 seconds, I feel like I would be out of breath from trying to breathe. And that's just a taste of all the changes. Like, the effectiveness of all these divisions are going up. You don't even have to use a perk in order to have 3 attachments on your gun now. So I'm gonna be running around with, I guess, ballistic calibration with this. The suppressor is now an attachment, and I guess now it's not exclusive to airborne, which is a big change. Primed and bang are gone. They added 2 new basic trainings. One is called, I think, Blitz, and the other one I can't pronounce that does some weird shit. They also brought back the rifle grenade, but with the new and improved armored, I don't think that's gonna be much of an issue. On top of that, everybody is also able to have a lethal and tactical now, which is actually hilarious that that wasn't even available before. All I have is 1 tactical grenade. There's gonna be more explosions, but if you run armored, it's not gonna really matter. Also, grenade effectiveness, I think, went down by 10% or something to try to remedy the amount of grenade spam. There's still going to be spam, but they just won't be as lethal. So on top of the armored division being stronger, the grenades are also weaker. So it shouldn't be too much of an issue. They made launchers less effective towards players, like people that want to run around with bazookas and Panzer Shreks and shit. That's less damage to soldiers. They also buffed the bazooka's, I think, missile speed, so it's a little bit easier to shoot things down with it. Smoke doesn't last as long. The flare doesn't last as long. Tab gas, I think, got nerfed. Certain basic trainings got changed to different things. Like, for example, energetic used to be you're able to sprint sooner after you run out of sprint. Since everybody has unlimited sprint now across the board, energetic is now increased sprint speed. And from what I know, the longer longer you sprint, the more it scales up. And obviously, I think that there's some sort of cap. You're not going to be able to just like, be able to Usain Bolt, but you'll be able to get there. One of the basic trainings now changes your score streaks into kill streaks, and you can't get kill streaks unless you're actually killing people. So it switches it back to that old mentality where people, you know, played less objectively, but it was just more fun that way, I guess, for a lot of people. Yeah, it is Blitzkrieg. Streaks are earned by kills instead of score. Bonus, streaks are improved and select a 4th streak now. So a lot of people will be running that, lots of pub stompers and shit. So I think it'll make a lot of people's gameplays and stuff more entertaining as well. Just more streaks, more shit to get. The incendiary shells got buffed, the fire shotgun. But at the same time, again, if you're running armored, it's not gonna really matter. The fire itself is not going to be the thing that kills you. It's just a shell in general. There's just a lot. There's a lot of stuff in here. So the game is going to be different for sure. I don't know how much different, you know what I mean? It seems like the game will be faster paced with everybody having unlimited sprint. There's going to be a lot more variety in the classes that people are going to be able to put together. This is usually my class that I'm running around with. What the fuck happened to my screen? I see that, right? Usually I'd be running around with Lookout, with Mountain and stuff like that. And obviously, I mean, I have a Hunker class, I have an Armored class, I have an Iron Sight class, a Resistance class. I have like a shit ton of classes here. So I have 16 classes here that I've customized myself. This is all going to change, but just because it's 16 classes, a lot of them are only slightly different from each other. The main difference is just being the main division itself. Now I'll be able to do crazy shit, like now that I can hold my breath, and I'll be able to run an airborne class with energetic on. It'll be like the speed sniping class. I think the scope basic training also got a buff. Maybe you can run around with like scoped mountain, sitting back, holding your breath for 10 seconds type of shit. Like there's gonna be a lot more stuff. You're obviously gonna be able to go with the full tank, like Black Ops 1 style type of sniper, running around with a really strong flak jacket / tactical mask. Is this update perfect? Absolutely not. Is it going to bring everybody back? I think maybe for a little bit for people to try it out to see if they like it. And maybe in the long haul, some people will stay around. I mean, for me, these are definitely good changes. Obviously, some questionable things with how things could be paired and stuff like that that haven't been answered yet. And obviously, with more customization comes with the possibility that something could end up being very broken. I feel like after this, and they're going to see how many people are going to be running Armored, I think Armored will probably get nerfed, but within a month or two, or however long they like to update their games, which Call of Duty has been very bad at as far as how long it takes for them to update shit. They definitely got to get on the ball about adjusting and nerfing things more quickly than they have been. I'm aware that they're probably pretty scared of changing things too substantially, but going through things with this is a substantial change. And I mean, if something is just overtuned and it needs to be nerfed, they can do that. They just need to do it more often. They need to listen more often. They need to add new things. And this is not just something that Sledgehammer needs to do. It's just Call of Duty in general. With games like Fortnite out there and other games that are competing, the amount of adjustment and updates that they get, they don't need to be massive updates, just constant tuning all the time. For a game like Call of Duty, it would be good. Obviously, no game is perfect, but every game could use some tuning. Part of the reason why some of these games are the most popular games in the world is because of how much the community is usually listened to some degree at least. Call of Duty, we're kind of used to being left in the dark, and obviously these other companies and stuff like that, when I'm talking about, you know, the biggest games in the world, I know some people, you know, disagree and say that their company is pretty bad at listening and all that stuff too. I'm sure, I mean, everybody has their complaints, but these are good improvements. The fact that they're making any changes at all, instead of just abandoning the game, which is usually what happens, we were all super surprised with how Treyarch is still supporting their game near 3 years later. This is a big deal for us, so I'm definitely going to be checking this update out. I think it comes out on Tuesday with the maps. You can read the Charlie Intel article right here. I mean, there's a million other websites, but that's the one that I'll probably link, so you can go down there, start theory crafting and shit. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. My most recent videos are popping up on the screen here. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, and yeah, it's been Jev, guys. Later. I got pussy in my